top of the day to you, and it's Friday, the 12th day of September 2025, and I want to welcome you officially to the maiden edition of the program MARKETSCOPE360. And the program is designed to bring you up to speed on all activities from selected stock exchanges to business news stories making the rounds all over the world, and of course, interesting conversations that have been the mainstay in the course of the week as far as business is concerned. It's brought to you by zoemultimediastudios and comes to you every Friday 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. My name is Ubon Kings. You're welcome to the program. You're welcome back. Trading on the floors of the Nigerian exchange has closed, and that follows true for the exchange in London. But then again, we're going to be bringing you all those activities from our selected exchanges in a bit. But before then, let's move over to bring you some business news stories and let you know what's happening as far as the world of business is concerned. And we're starting here in Nigeria, more specifically here in Akwa Ibom State, where it's reported that the Akwa Ibom State government, in partnership with the Bank of Industry, has launched a 4 billion naira micro, small and medium enterprises loan program to support businesses in the state. The initiative, tagged AKSGBOI MSME loan, is designed to fuel business growth with financial support and stimulate economic activities across Akwa Ibom State. The program will serve as a major investment in entrepreneurship, and it is aimed at generating 5,000 plus new employment opportunities across various sectors, empowering Akwa Ibom residents and boosting local economies. It is also to provide accessible capital to enable MSMEs to scale operations, invest in new technologies, and expand market reach, fostering sustainable business expansion. It also stimulates economic activity by injecting vital funds to the MSME sector, contributing to increase GDP and overall economic development of Akwa Ibom State. It's also designed to empower farmers and agribusinesses with the resources needed to improve yields, adopt modern farming techniques, enhance food production, ensuring food security and agricultural sustainability. It therefore also supports MSMEs and aims to provide the financial stability of households, creating a ripple effect of positive economic impact across communities. And away from that, let's move on to stories from the national scene, where it is reported that a certain company called themselves Render Africa, happens to be a Nigerian logistics startup, is betting that compressed natural gas (CNG) will offer a cheap and more practical path to cleaner transport in Africa than electric vehicles in the near term. Through its embedded finance platform Scale by Render, the company plans to convert more than 1 million vehicles across Nigeria, Ghana and Kenya to run on CNG by 2027. And they went on to say, according to the CEO, that by removing upfront cost barriers and enabling real-time service tracking, they are helping drivers and fleet owners transition more affordably to alternative fuels without becoming a converter themselves. Render claims that with its 1 million vehicle target, it could eliminate 3.32 million metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions annually, which is equivalent to planting 115 million trees. It currently operates in over 25 Nigerian cities and Kenya, with plans to expand to Uganda, Rwanda and Tanzania. It may interest you to know that Renda is not a converter. It relies on a network of accredited conversion centers with kit suppliers from Italy, India and Nigeria, and partners with CNG pump operators and regional gas suppliers. A scale mobile app serves individual drivers, while a web platform caters to fleet operators. A third product of theirs, called Empower, targets unionized drivers in motorparks with short-term credit. And moving away from that, let's move on to the stories from the foreign scene. And Apple isn't news, by the way. It's reported that Apple has increased the starting price of one of its iPhone models and replaced another with a pricier device earlier this week, as analysts and investors widely expected. Apple's iPhone 17 Pro now starts at $1,099, which is $100 more than last year's iPhone 16 Pro. Apple also replaced last year's $899 iPhone 16 Plus in its lineup with a new thin and lighter device called the iPhone 17 Air, which starts at $999 or $100 more. Apple and its CEO, Tim Cook, have largely managed the Trump administration's tariffs, and the company has successfully reoriented much of the supply chain to import iPhones to the US from India instead of China, where tariffs are higher. Still, investors and analysts widely believed Apple would raise iPhone prices as the company expects to spend more than $1 billion this quarter on tariff costs. We'll keep tabs on this particular story and other stories as well as they develop and share with you in subsequent bulletins. Moving away from that very quickly, let's jump onto the floors of our featured exchanges, and we're starting on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And like they say, charity begins at home, of course, we're starting there. The NGX All-Share Index closed on the low, falling by 0.08% to close at 140,545.69 points. A total of 434,728,040 shares valued at 16,166,629,288 naira. 61 cover were traded across 23,729 deals with equity capitalization of 88,922,160,142,538 naira 95 cover. Now let's take a look at the biggest gainers and losers of the day. The biggest gain of the day was Regal Insurance, which rose by 9.93%. Other gainers were the likes of eTransact, Chelaram, IMG and John Holt. On the other hand, FGSUK 2031S4 topped the losers list with a decline of 8.70%. Other losers were the likes of M-Benefit, Lasaco, Dark Communications, and PZ. Now let's look at activities from the London Stock Exchange. It's all dips in index values across the board. The FTSE 100 is down 0.08%, FTSE 250 down 0.27%, FTSE 350 is down 0.06%. The FTSE All Share Index is also down at 0.05%. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll be looking at commodities from the open market and all of that right here. And just so you know, you may want to follow us on all our socials: Facebook, Instagram, X, with the handle at zoemultimediastudios. That is at ZOEMSTUDIOS. You can also do us the honors of subscribing and turning on notifications on YouTube, at our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/@theplayhouse.tv. You may want to go there right now, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. We'll take a short break. When we come back, more to come. Please stay.
Imagine a world where you can manage your money and access the best events, all in one place. At Funzy, we understand the everyday struggle: complicated transfers, clunky bill payments, and chaotic event bookings. So we built a solution that brings fintech and entertainment together, making life simpler and more connected. With features like instant transfers, secure QR payments, and seamless ticket booking, Funzy empowers you to handle your daily transactions effortlessly. It's all designed with you in mind. No more switching apps or missing out on the action. Welcome to Funzy, a world where fintech meets entertainment. Whether you're covering everyday expenses or grabbing tickets for that must-see event, we bring convenience and control right to your fingertips. Funzy, the future of fintech and entertainment.
Yo, welcome back. You're still watching MARKETSCOPE360, reaching from the stables of Zoe Multimedia Studios. My name is Ubon Kings, and just so you know, we're going to be taking a look at commodity prices, and we're starting off with precious metals. Gold takes center stage, and it's upward movement for gold today. As with other precious metals on the chart this evening, gold is up at 0.27%, silver is up 1.07%. Platinum is up 0.48%. Palladium is also up at 2.25%. And really quickly, let's take a look at energy. It's mostly rises in index values across board. However, oil, Bonny Light, Brass River, and Kaibo are all down at 2.84%, 2.26%, and 2.26% respectively. Incidentally, they are all from Nigeria. Anyway, moving on, natural gas is up at 2.04%, ethanol is up at 2.37%, and coal on the other hand, no activity recorded. However, oil Brent is up at 1.46%. You're still watching MARKETSCOPE360, and we'll take a break here at this juncture. But then again, just so you know, when we come back from the break, we're going to be having a conversation around something that has been trending in the course of the week. And, well, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag just yet, so stay tuned. After this timeout, the show continues.